Em Rusciano and Michael Lucas.
Is there something you know that we don't know? Is someone coming for our pussy?
This is Emsolation.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever said.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Fuck, that's what I've been getting wrong.
And just remember, if it's too fatty, just heat it up.
You're in Emsolation.
If that's not in a promo somewhere, I don't want to live anymore. Hello, darlings. How are you? Welcome to Emsolation. How you been? How you feeling? Check in right now. What's your mood? Hey, a lot of feedback from last the last intro I did from Whispering M, just talking about the way anxiety affects me. Yeah, a lot of you have reached out, and I thank you for that. It actually does help me to maintain the brave, because sometimes I feel a bit scared about exposing myself like that, but it was good. And then I also, to kind of help myself find the middle place, because I talked about I either overreact or underreact to things, and I really struggle to just be in the middle and be kind of level. And it is like gritted teeth a lot of the time just to kind of be in that middle part where, you know, you're just not kind of reacting or assisting life. It's just kind of happening and you're going along. And so I decided to kind of write down the things that help me find that middle space. When are the times and situations where I feel calm? And one of those times is obviously singing on stage, which is a strange thing, but I do feel most calm and peaceful on stage singing to a large crowd, which probably sounds like some of your worst nightmare. But for me, I'm doing what I love and I'm in the moment and I'm performing for people who understand me and love what I love. So it's this kind of whole great exchange that goes on. And even though it might just appear to be me on the stage singing at you, I'm actually kind of taking in the whole energy of the situation. And I realised that would have really had an effect on my mental health, that I haven't been able to do that at all this year. That's been so, I need to keep singing. So that's one thing. And the other thing is when I've been creative. So the Christmas windows were constructed, as some of you have seen online. The Jason Momoa in a sparkly leotard inspired Christmas window. And some people didn't understand that reference. You know, it's like earthy tizzy. So like when you think of Jason Momoa, obviously he's Aquaman, obviously he's Khal Drogo, Khaleesi's husband, the Horse Lord from Game of Thrones. I mean, why don't you know that? And he's like a really kind of earthy, Hawaiian, Polynesian looking guy, you know, and you just imagine he doesn't wear shoes a lot and he's kind of tanned and I don't know, he eats fresh fruit and his kids don't watch TV and they probably don't even have electricity. Like they've probably got this whole solar ecosystem. I imagine he has like a greenhouse full of herbs and so he's quite earthy. But then, you know, he's also able to put on a whole spandex suit and like eye makeup and do the whole thing. So do you know what I mean? It's that fine balance, that Jason Momoa in a sparkly leotard. So the Christmas window's got a lot of tinsel, got a lot of rainbow, got a lot of sparkle, but also has some native animals, also has some like earth tones to complement the rainbow. And I think I could be described as earthy tizzy. I think that's a good way to describe me. I announced to the house, I need 5 hours today. I need you to take care of the baby. I need you guys to look after yourselves for school, for dinner. This is what I need today. And it's such a revelation making that space for yourself, especially if you're the person in the family that does a lot of the stuff, all the stuff. You feel a bit naughty and then you feel empowered and you're like, I should do this more often. So I guess if I can encourage you today, if you've been struggling like I have to find that middle place where you feel kind of peaceful, find the thing that makes you peaceful. Like you got to sit and you got to think about it, because oftentimes you're either just working or you're doing the family, and then the stuff that kind of fills your cup gets chucked to the wayside, or you don't even know what that is because you've never taken the time or the luxury to explore it. And for me, I knew it would be kind of building this creative thing and, you know, getting up a ladder and all the stuff that I love doing. And I drew out my line in the sand. I weed around my area, if you will, and I carved it out, and they all respected it. They all respected the boundary I put in for the day. So I felt really good at the end of it. There you go. Michael Lucas is coming in now. Oh, I've done something. And you know when you hear it, I slipped into old territory. I don't even know if it's going to make the edit. A man put up an Instagram photo of his new girlfriend, and in the photo, under the caption, he just spent a few paragraphs shitting on his ex-wife, who I kind of know. He's a lovely person. And they're kind of a public couple in Melbourne. And I really disagreed with what he did. And then he backed it up by bagging her again in an article. They're a society couple. So I had a few things to say about him bagging her in the Instagram post. And there's going to be a lot of deep breathing. Just go with me. I try to be a better person and not a judgmental person. But, oh, my God, if you're saying things like, I need you to exercise, I'm only attracted to people who are active. Like, honestly, if you're saying that to your wife, you're going to maybe cop something from me. Anyway, that's happening. And Michael Lucas finally gets to tell you all about his new TV show. We're very excited. It's happening. It's filming. He can finally talk about it. So you're going to be a whole whoring session there. Thanks for being along, guys. You know we love having you. Play the music.
M. Rusciano and Michael Lucas. This is Emsolation.
In what will surely be a very rare event, Michael Lucas today will be whoring something you've made that has nothing to do with me.
I don't know that that's the case. Last episode you whored another one of my TV shows for me and I participated
I was in it singing. I was in it. It still had something to do with me. I still benefited from the whoring. So we got to sing the song. There's a whore in the house. There's a whore in the house. Okay. What are we
I have to say, I can only reveal to you, it hasn't happened. There was one electrifying moment where I thought that maybe you might end up singing in this one too. Oh, no, it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. And I can explain why. It's for, you'll understand when you...
Can't you? It's your show.
I know. No, I made the call. I've really dug a great one. This whoring's already gone off the tracks, hasn't it?
You. I assume there is a role for me somewhere, though. Like, you promised me Royal Watcher.
I've got an idea for a potential future one, yeah. Anyway,
now,
so can I...
It's very exciting because this is Michael's first show that his production company, which I named, there you go, I've managed to make it about me, Hats Off Productions.
Hats Off Media, in fact.
Hats Off
Production was taken.
Oh, Hats Off Media. Oh, is making, this has been so many years in the making. I'm so proud of you. This is so exciting. This is this is what you've always wanted to make, right?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of parts of it that are things that I am obsessed with, all combined together in one package. And so, yeah, and I did start working on it about almost 5 years ago now.
Yes,
terrifyingly.
When we referred to it as Lavender Marriage.
We certainly did.
Now, what's the show called?
The show is called The Newsreader. And, okay, here's the first bit of just, for me, such excitement. It's set in 1986.
The fashion, the hair, oh my God.
It's set in a newsroom in 1986. So, yes, imagine 1980s newsreaders. So you imagine, obviously, you got your high hair, you got your shoulder pad. I mean, the hair is already off the hook. We're only a couple of days shooting, and I can't tell you the amount of hairstyles that have already just absolutely blissed me out. And the lead character is sort of like a reporter, an emerging reporter he's just desperate to be the newsreader, to be the main newsreader. It's like his lifelong goal. But he may have some blurriness in his personal life. I'll let you just watch the show to figure out what they could be. If you think of me, you'll probably know.
Wait, are we not saying...
Well,
is that a reveal?
It's a pretty ambiguous sort of no, it's not so much of a reveal. But anyway, he's one character, and then there's also a very fierce, one of the first female newsreaders who's very fierce, sort of known as a very difficult woman, and who's constantly butting heads against the dudes that run the news network and is
God.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder where you drew inspiration from that. God, who could that?
I do fear that.
God, who could that be? I've just got to try and think through all your...
It's essentially a buddy movie between the two of them, or are they more than buddies? What's going on? You'll find out. But I am a little bit worried. I mean, obviously people are now cued to look for us, and you in particular, in anything that I write. And let's just say they're not going to have to look very far, or they'll think they're not having to look very far. But I just want to assure you that when you get into it, it's a very fictional story. Let's just say there might be some elements of the character. Much as, for example, Billy in Offspring. She has a lot of parallels with you, but you personally didn't go through IVF and suffer infertility, which was her whole big thing. So what happens to the character might be very, very different for you, but if eagle-eyed emsolators watch and think, is there a bit of M in here? I'm not going to deny it. There probably is.
A bit? There's certain elements of the story, and we won't give it away, that are very extreme that aren't as extreme for me.
Oh yeah, I've juiced it up for the drama.
Yeah, you juiced
I've done
it
a
up.
Peter Morgan, but these aren't but these aren't fictional, but these aren't real characters, I should say.
You're funny. But so she's kind of in a man's world trying to be a reporter, a serious reporter, and he's trying to become the main anchor.
Yeah, so she's already on the desk, but she wants to be taken seriously. She wants to be like a yarner, and she wants to be telling stories like
Gritty.
She wants to be telling stories about AIDS and difficult stuff, and she's being forced to kind of like you can do First Day of School or the Melbourne Zoo Butterfly House and shit like that. That's what she's stuck with, and she's not happy about it, and it's taking a toll on her. I mean, you can't possibly imagine a situation like that.
No, I don't have any idea why people are going to straight away think this show's about me and you.
And he kind of is more of a serious reporter, but he wants to be on the desk. So they both kind of want what each other has to a certain extent, and they get paired together. And the other thing that is really fun about it is that they are reporting on real events from the 80s.
Yes.
So it's like if you're alive in 86, it was a bumpy year. You had Challenger explosion. You had Lindsay Chamberlain getting released from jail. You had the Russell Street bombing. You had Chernobyl. You had Halley's Comet. You had AIDS happening. There was just you had Fergie and Andrew Royal wedding.
Oh,
But that's actually they get engaged in the series, but we aren't up to the time frame when they actually get married. And if I was going to give you a role, you would be a royal watcher.
yes, a royal watcher. Yes. Oh my God, I'd have to cover all my tattoos if that's okay because royal watchers
you've done it
do
before,
not
you do
have
it again.
100% I'd cover my tattoos for you.
Can I mention the cast?
Oh my God, let's get to the cast. But are you using real news footage?
A lot of it. So the other
I knew that. I was just being a reporter.
Oh, okay, yeah, well done.
Yeah.
I'm such a nerd because it's on the ABC, which is also exciting for me because no ads. The ABC's got their news library and it's staffed by all these librarians, and I'm a librarian in my soul.
Yes, you are.
And so I have spent years going in, and you get all the raw footage. Like I'm going back and looking at all the raw footage of Lindsay Chamberlain. Not Chernobyl so much, but Challenger and Russell Street bombing, all that sort of stuff. And the weird thing is how old it looks. Like you and I we were walking, talking humans in 1986. And when you look at the footage, it looks like the late 60s. It looks so old. And you also forget that even though it's the mid-80s, people weren't necessarily wearing the latest in 80s fashion, and the cars weren't the latest things. Like it's shocking how old Melbourne looks in 1986.
Yeah.
To me.
Yes. Now the cast.
Yes.
So this is exclusive. He hasn't told anyone else yet. Go.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
So an actress, Anna Torv, plays the female reporter, Helen, and she's just come back from doing Mindhunter in the US. She was also in Fringe and Secret City. And I haven't yet, like obviously early days for our relationship, but Mindhunter was directed by David Fincher, who directed Madonna's Vogue video clip. So there'll come a time where we have to talk about that. And she her co-star in that was Jonathan Groff. So I'm biding my time.
Jonathan Groff. I mean, for people who aren't au fait, he obviously is in Hamilton, but a million other things. Frozen, yeah, but King George in Hamilton. Glee, everything. Amazing. Oh my God.
He's not in the show, by the way.
But like maybe when we're all out for dinner, because obviously we'll have to out for dinner. I don't know how I insert myself there. She's got her phone and we just text Jonathan. We're like 1 degree.
Sure, that'll go well for us.
Oh my God. Can I borrow your phone? I'm trying to find my phone. And then we just maybe text Jonathan Groff. I don't know. I just feel like he'd like us. I just feel like if he met us, he would like us.
He absolutely would.
So she plays Helen, and Helen's the newsreader, wants to be taken more seriously. They're definitely not based on me role, but elements of me person.
She's a bit fierce and fiery, definitely not based on you.
Is she Italian?
She's not. No, she's Anna, and the character are Estonian. Part Estonian.
So she's a fiery ethnic woman coming up against the establishment. Terrific. Does she look anything like me?
I didn't think she was going to, because at first the idea was maybe she was going to be blonde like Joe Pearson or something. So I thought, that's good. That'll look nothing like him. But then they were doing some hair and makeup tests, and she just looks spectacular, sort of as a dark brunette. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to say that even visually there might be a bit of a parallel. She's got very long hair, and she's got very sort of high hair because it's the
Mate,
end.
you sent me a picture
Okay,
of
I
her.
sent him a picture and I was a bit like, oh, fuck. Okay.
We look identical. She even does because I do my hair side parted with a high bouffant bit at the front, and I wear severe shoulders even though it's 2020. And I sent back, are you joking? Like,
I know, but I have not. It's not like I was showing costume and anyway, whatever.
okay, now the guy definitely not playing you, but it's definitely you. Who's he?
His name's Sam Reed. Em thinks he looks like Domhnall Gleeson from
Star Wars.
He does. He's kind of a very power. If you've seen a lot of Australian stuff, he was in The Hunting on SBS, which was Ash's great show. He was also in Bloom on Stan, and he's kind of known overseas because he was in one of the Prime Suspect series. But he's like he's an emerging star.
We'll put all these people's pictures up on the Instagram. Well, Marcella will, so you guys can, because I, to be honest, didn't really know them until I Google image them. So, but they're very impressive.
Finally, the last one that I can probably reveal is I'm so excited about this. Marg Downey plays the wife of the Brian Naylor newsreader, but she has been managing his career the whole time, and she's the one that really. So she's like an 80s power wife. And Marg Downey, if you don't know her, she was in Fast Forward. She was the SBS lady. She's in Kath and Kim. She plays their therapist.
Yes.
As soon as you see her, you'll know her, and you grew up with her. And I can't tell you how excited I was.
But the weird link between you and Mark Downey is when she shot those scenes for the Kath and Kim movie.
Yes.
She shot them in your house.
Kath and Kim therapist, they went out to Eltham to shoot the scenes because they needed sort of like a hippie rustic sort of look for the therapist's house. And it was a scene where Kath and Kel did nude counselling, and it was shot in my family lounge room.
I love that factoid.
I'm going to show you some cards now, and I want you to tell me what you see.
A couple making love.
2 dead sticks.
And this one?
A man and a woman locked in a passionate embrace.
A Wet-X and a squeegee.
Okay, good. Let's try another approach.
Amazing. All right, well, it's called The Newsreader. It's going to be on the ABC next year. Don't worry, we'll be talking about it. We will single-handedly shoot it. It'll be like, why is this show outrating the Channel 7 news? Wow.
Thank you for the whoring. You're really good at it.
I love it. I know how hard you've worked on this. You know, you're my best mate. Like, I mean, really, what good am I if I can't put my powers of evil to good every now and then? And I will rally the troops behind you. You know that. Like, it's going to be, it better be good,
until
mate.
the moment when you see any story points with the character, until anyone starts picking up on, is this character based on M. Rossiano? And then it could turn.
All right, now we did move on to another obsession of ours, Dan Andrews.
We're a big turning point, or I'm going to say a roadblock in our obsession.
Well, yeah. So here's him being interviewed by Lee Sales.
Would you consider going into federal politics?
Never. I had a conversation with my wife, who was my best friend, many, many, many years ago, and the agreement was that I could serve my state, but she's no interest, and neither do I have any interest in me being in Canberra.
All right, well, so he's pretty categorically stated that he will not be going federal.
I feel like he anticipated the question. He knew it was coming, and he was just so fast.
Yeah, he
so
was.
fast. And I'm going to be honest, I felt like it was directed at us.
100%. I feel like Kath has been playing our podcast out loud while she cooks them dinner. They probably rotate dinner. He is such... Imagine having a husband that says, you know, during a political interview, my wife is my best friend. Like, honestly, mad points. I have to say it. I really enjoyed that bit where he said, look, she's my best friend. I'm like, oh. And we agreed very early on. We would stay in Melbourne. I would not be going to and from Canberra. And I was like, but I think it's lies. Liza Minnelli, lies.
My follow-up question is that until the kids grow up a little bit? Because we can wait a little bit. We can wait.
Sure.
Please
Sure,
say there's some conditions to this. But it's all the ones I love. Your Penny Wongs, your Tanya Pliberseks, and your Dan Andrews. Like I take any one of them. And all three of them are united for personal reasons in not wanting to take on the top job. And I completely understand and respect it, and I wouldn't want to put pressure on them, but on the other hand, I do want to put pressure on them. Please.
Exactly, but that's why we love them, because they have
Morals.
souls. Yeah. Humanity, like they
They're
understand.
more than just a vessel for ambition.
Yeah. They have empathy, genuine empathy, and they understand what the job would take, and they also understand that they don't want to rip out, you know, the middle part of their life. So, but still, I'll give Kath a little DM. I'll see.
Start working on it.
Yeah.
We're going to have to. Well, I'm going to say that for you and I, this is a moment of regrouping. We're going to have to.
100%.
We thought maybe Our approach could just be saying what we want. Kath would hear it, tell him, and next year he'd be meeting the Governor General and he'd be our Prime Minister. It's not working out that way, but we'll just rethink things.
Yeah, don't worry. Back to the drawing board, but we're very tenacious when we decide we want something, and just stay tuned, watch this space. I may have to take a job on with the Labor Party as like head PR rah-rah hype girl. I'm happy to do that.
You can play the long game. I mean, you really can.
Oh, so can you?
Oh, I know. I know. We have taken career trajectories that have taken decades to get into place. And so
I'm
don't
still
worry.
not there. Mate, I'm still not there.
Oh, no, neither am I. Like we're
yeah. What was the other thing you wanted to talk about? I can't even remember now. Oh,
yeah, the producer at Channel 9.
My rant. Look, something okay. So I now have pride myself on there was a time.
I love she said it's very important with this one. It's like you're a gymnast about to complete some sort of triple pike. She just needs to get her run upright.
Yes. I just want everyone to know how far I've come in terms of not being set in my ways. In terms of I'm happy to have my mind changed by someone who is smarter than me, more educated than me. Like I don't, it's not often now. When I was 25, I used to go into things like, nah, I think that and no one can change my mind. I used to be like ironclad on my opinions. Now I'm pretty wishy-washy on my opinions because, you know, I think it's a dangerous way to be set in one way of thinking. But there are certain things that pop up every now and then where I am very confident in my emotion toward it. And something has popped up just in my peripheral vision. I don't even know where to start. So Lauren Phillips is a host on Channel 9's Weekend Today. She used to do the Kids WB, the Warner Brothers cartoon show in the afternoons, which Sophie Lee used to host in our days.
Oh, iconic.
Yeah, she did that. I think she's done weather girling for a bit. You know, she's a media personality. She's doing summer breakfast for some radio station. She's a lovely girl. She now lives in Byron Bay. She used to be married to a guy named Lachlan Spark, who's a TV producer, I think. And they're a bit of a society couple in Melbourne. They're about town. They were together for a long time. They had this really luscious, amazing wedding. And then not long after the wedding, they split up.
And were you actually tracking any of this at the time?
Or no, I did a deep dive.
Because I am completely oblivious. I've virtually never heard of these people.
I've known of Lauren Phillips.
I have to say that where Em's going, the story's still good.
Yeah. So I know Lauren Phillips. I've seen her at events and stuff. She's always been very nice to me. She's seems like a very nice human. So they were married for just a year. Got married in 2018, but they'd been together 6 years prior to that. Anyway, the reason these two came into my peripheral vision and caused me to question all that I hold dear is because Lachlan, her ex-husband, felt the need to debut his new girlfriend on Instagram, which is great. Okay. But he decided to, instead of saying, you know, oh, #blessed, look at I found love again, my heart's whole, she's a wonderful girl. He thought that perhaps he would use the caption as an opportunity to shit on his ex-wife.
Oof.
Yeah. He basically said a while ago, not even basically, let me read verbatim what was underneath his photo. A while ago, I married a girl. Oh, I wonder who he's talking about.
Names to protect the innocent. God.
Who cared much more about herself and how she was perceived than she did about me.
Oh, my God.
It was a lot. Too much, actually. I left, and despite losing almost every friend I'd found over 7 years, in the blink of an eye, it's the best thing I've done. I was more than a bit nervous I'd wasted a big chunk of my life with the wrong person.
Oh.
I truly believe that there was more to a relationship than skin-deep friends, free holidays, and Instagram followers. I just needed to find it. I just wish he was, a bit more direct in the things he had an issue with. This is all in an Instagram caption, guys.
Unbelievable. It's also such an own goal because I read that and not knowing anything about these people, I instantly think, thank God that first wife got out of that situation.
And then he finally gets to the new girlfriend, which, it's just a lovely photo of the two of them. Like, they just look happy. But it took him a good 5 paragraphs to get to the actual girl in the photo who I just want to yell, run to. Run! So he's done that. And then there was rumours spread that he gave Lauren a list, an ultimatum of things that she needed to kind of improve on if they would stay together. And one of those things was she needed to help out around the house more. And she needed to move. She needed to exercise because he's only attracted to people who move.
I have to say that this has come up a few times recently. I feel like the new trend is where, for people who don't want to say, I just want to go out with hot, rich people, they tend to say health is just very, very important to me. And it's like the new sort of indestructible argument for getting your way through the fact that you're completely superficial and placing unrealistic body expectations on your partner.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so wound up. And I really don't want this to come across in the podcast because I'm not trying to launch an attack on these people. And he knows what he did was wrong because he then did come out and say it was unfortunate that language was used and I regret it. But then he dug himself deeper and said it was more of a framework for her to kind of adhere to so our relationship was successful. And then I lost my mind. I just think if you feel it's not a business transaction, it's a relationship, and you've been with this person for 6 years, and I have looked at Lauren Phillips, and if you Google image Lauren Phillips, there's going to be a lot of Google imaging off this podcast. She's a stunner in every conventional sense. Not a scrap of fat on that woman. Like, she's conventionally beautiful. She's tanned. She runs on the beach. She's healthy. She's got dewy skin, glowing eyes, white teeth, long shiny hair. Like, she's hanging out with a Hemsworth in Byron Bay.
I know. I just looked up Lauren Phillips and the first name that came up associated with hers was Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, they're buddies.
I'm in the horse capital of Australia, but I was yet to find a horse, so I thought I should hot-foot it up to one of the horse studs and check out the beautiful.
Heard you talking about looking for some horses. There's a bunch down here, actually, which I've noticed in the paddock. What are you doing?
Well, we're doing the weather for the Today Show, and I often get teased about not having the best presenting skills or pronunciation. You want to help me out?
Yeah, let's mispronounce all of these.
They're good buddies now. Like, Lauren's gone on. She's on the up and up, man. I just want to say to her, you're the winner here. It was awful. It was an awful thing to do, and I'm trying to play the ball and not the man. I'm not commenting on him, on the Sparks person. I just think it was a misstep. And
look at it as advice to you. If you want to go out there with your new partner and make your ex feel jealous or whatever, the best thing to say is nothing about them. Just put a picture of you. Everyone knows that. It's a basic rule of social media. You put on stuff that happiness is the best revenge.
Lie.
Absolutely.
Lie about it.
If you look at my social media, it's just nothing but me being absolutely happy. It does not bear. I mean, you're a lot realer.
I'm a bit more. Well, even then, as I said last night on my Instagram, it's curated. People don't need to know the depth of my darkness. That's not what people sign up for when they follow me. You get a peppering of dark, just a peppering, and the rest is light and happy.
A few of us lucky ones know the truth, but it's taken me, like, you need the 30-year run-up to get to it. You didn't want to be deposited right in the truth.
No.
But I have to say, no, you do a very good job. You just package it on Instagram in a way that is truthful and yet is still going to, like, you're going to be able to just keep on swiping and go about your day.
Yeah, it doesn't need to. You'll never see a photo of me crying on Instagram, put it that way. I'm not a selfie taker crier. I always think about those people that put up photos of themselves crying. Like,
yeah.
How many shots? Like, is it a one-shot thing, a cry selfie, or is it like a multiple? Is there 25? Because, look, when I put a selfie up, there's about 32 rejected photos before the right one is selected.
Yeah.
Is that the same with a cry selfie? Do you think?
I think so, and that's what I find so riveting about it. Of course, you take several.
Like,
you do a bit of filtering.
Going through, going, oh yeah, look at that. Is there that tear's in a good position? Less snot in that one. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what's the criteria for a good cry selfie?
Like, you don't want it to be like snot crying, obviously. I think the best kind of crying, you know who is an excellent crier? She doesn't do it on Instagram, but Kat Stewart is an amazing crier.
Oh, she
amazing.
is.
She's got big eyes and she can just get, like, she gets like one really juicy tear.
Maybe we could request, Kat, I know you're listening, could you please text Michael or I a cry selfie, a good one? We'd love to see it.
Any of her performances, I make her cry all the time in fiction. In fiction. If she ever wanted to be, and she's beyond classy on her Instagram.
Yeah,
I mean, she would never sink to these levels. But if circumstances change and she wanted to serve up the cry selfies, nobody would have the skills better than she would. Nobody.
There is one photo of me where I took after I'd finished crying. I'd finished the tour, and I was, I always cry.
Oh, that's
after
different.
But I did just do one shot. I do remember like just going, I'm going to take one shot of a moment in time, and I think it's online, it's on Instagram. It kind of got farmed around. But it was the end of the tour that I did about the miscarriage of Evil Queen, and it was like the last time I had to tell the story of my baby dying, and I was... Because halfway through the tour, I regretted making it all about my baby dying.
Oh, yeah, having to relive it every single night.
And it was grueling. And the last show especially was like, it was kind of like, okay, well, I'm kind of laying Ray to rest finally because I'm not going to talk about this anymore. I cried and cried, and I took one photo. And so there is one cry selfie of me out there, but I can confirm it was one shot wonder. That's it. Wasn't a good shot though. If I have my time again.
I honestly feel like there needs to be some sort of course in social media that they start teaching at school, basically, just to give you some. Because also the other thing that amazes me is it's been around for 15 years, right? And right from the start, one of the weirdest bits on social media always throughout time has been when someone posts either the cry selfie or just the general, feeling really awful today, just got bad news. And like every one of their followers is put in this awkward position of do I text or do I comment or do I like the Facebook bid for consolation has always been awkward and strange, and I still don't feel like I've got the skills to know how to respond to it. And I feel like we need some sort of conference or something to just come up with, should we be doing that? And if we are doing it, what is the appropriate response to that? Because it's maintained over the 15 years, still now.
Yeah, I mean, as someone, a couple of times I've spoken like about tough things on Facebook, and then people have kind of generally people know what to say.
I just want to say it's very different to someone who has had an experience happen to them that they are like there's articulating and sharing it so that other people who are going through that don't feel so alone, that is amazing on social media. And I really think for a lot of things, I mean, there's recent example in terms of miscarriage, like Chrissy Teigen and yourself, like there's times where that has been really revelatory. I mean the people who are just letting you know that they're upset but won't give you any reason why, specifically.
Okay.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you get one every few months.
I do.
And then you always wonder, like, and what circle of the clearly they're putting that out there in the hope that they'll get a response. Do you reckon they'd want a response from me?
I know exactly who you're referring to. I think I've sent you screenshots of
There's multiple people.
You're such a bitch.
But I just more don't know how to respond. It's also, the worst thing is if you've very recently liked, like you're flipping through your feed and you've liked something that they've done, and then you go down a little bit further and all of a sudden it's like, oh, really just got some awful news, devastated today, whelp. And you're like,
I think emoji, you go an emoji.
Do you?
You don't write anything.
Okay.
Just do an emoji. And there's a really great one now that they've done for COVID where it's a smiley face hugging a heart. That's kind of nice. It's a hug. It's an emoji hug. So I would just do that.
But see, my fear about that is it's like, will acknowledge this enough to choose an emoji, but I don't actually want any details. Isn't that what that says? Or maybe that's what I want to say.
I would see it as I am acknowledging this, but clearly you don't want to divulge, or you would have, so I'm not going to breach your privacy.
All right, that's a good way. See, this is what you should run the course.
Yeah, I know, I'm very good. And then send a DM, personal DM, go, hey, hope you're okay, thinking of you. Still not asking, because maybe you don't care or you don't want to know, but just letting them know you've acknowledged via emoji without prying. And then you've gone privately to say, I'm just checking everything's okay. If it was bad enough, I assume you'd tell me, okay, great, see ya.
You're really, I mean, your hundreds of thousands of followers would attest to the fact that you do know what you're doing on social media. But And I'm going to say this comes up for me every few months and has done for the past decade and a half, and I've never known how to respond to it. And you're right. That's exactly what you should do. The emoji and the follow-up DM.
Oh, I'm just going to really put you on the spot here and say you never like my photos on Instagram. Your husband likes my photos more regularly than you do. I just want that pointed out because I can see which of the people I follow like my photos. And if I go back through them, you don't like any of my fucking photos. You are so tight with hearts. You never Chuckabitchalike, mate. And that's what the episode's called. That's what the episode's called. Chuckabitchalike. What do I have to do? Never.
I know.
I'm looking at my Instagram right now. I am looking. Oh, I just got a notification.
I have not been on Instagram today.
Oh, I bought some Gucci.
Look, the only thing I will say, and look, I think what I'm learning from this discussion is it came with like a general confusion. I think what we've realised now is I'm the dysfunctional social media person.
Hang on a minute.
Clearly.
I just did a whole side conversation with myself because I just got a shop at notification that my Gucci sandals are coming today because I anxiety bought Gucci sandals. You didn't even like my Christmas picture with Dolly Parton on my Instagram.
I haven't seen it yet.
Your husband is there.
But we're not the same person. I've been working. I'm on settle day and you've got to put your phone on airport plane mode.
Excuse me. I see the things you do online. I get your text messages during the day when you're supposed to be on set. I know exactly what you're doing. You didn't even like the photo of me and you in the article. Like, get with it, Lucas.
Oh, God, okay. I'm going to go. I'm going to start.
No, Tolo.
If any listeners could just tip me off if there's something I should have liked and haven't, just keep a lookout. But I did. I remember you know what it is, though? This is where I've gone wrong. Like last night, I commented on your John Farnham shots.
You commented on the Emsolation Instagram, not mine, and Marcella put that post up. So you were liking my daughter's post.
It was a picture of you.
On our page, an account that is yours also. So that doesn't count, mate.
Oh man, yeah. I think what I'm learning is we need to set a framework for this online relationship.
That's fine. Honestly, I don't care that much, but my husband doesn't like any of my photos either. So
it's just noticed.
Yeah, it's just noticed. So like I do. I look through my photos.
What I am I do think I am bad because I much more scroll through Twitter than I do Instagram. But when I scroll through Instagram, like often I do think, aha, great, and I don't hit like. And I realise that's my problem.
Mm-hmm. It is because clearly I'm not in your fucking algorithms because you're not liking anything I post. So Instagram's like, oh, hey, and Michael Lucas doesn't like that, Russiano. I'm not going to show any of her content to him. Yeah, you've stuffed your algorithms.
Like seriously, between you and the Emsolation podcast and Podcast One, like I get a lot of M content when I do jump on.
Oh,
the weirdest thing about being friends with M, the weirdest thing by far, is when you think you've had conversations with her, but you haven't. You've just seen her in your stories.
Oh, yeah.
That happens quite a lot.
All the time. I think I don't hear from. I feel like I have no friends because all my friends feel like they just see me all the time.
Yeah, I feel like I'm catching up with you. And then you'll get a call going, or you'll send a text like a Jewish mother going, "You never call," and it's like, I know everything you've been doing. What are you talking about?
All right, this is just turning into an airing of our issues. We should go. I'm already thinking about all the things I need to edit out about my rant. That's fine.
I think you've taken the right stance with this one. I think it's pretty clear cut. There's not much ambiguity here. I think you've been fair enough. You know, at the end of the day, people should not be judged by one post on social media. However, on a case-by-case basis, we can judge.
There's a follow-up interview where you talk about framework. There will be judgment. All right, have a good day.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. This is Emsolation. All right, that's it from us. Can you believe the next time we speak, it will be friggin' December. December. Well, there you go. What a year it's been. I mean, it's been a strange year, obviously, but also this podcast would not have happened without Rona. So, you know, if you want to look for a silver lining, I don't know if that's enough. Probably not. Thank you very much for listening. I'll catch you guys next week. Have a wonderful weekend. I wonder if some of you will be building your Christmas-themed windows. What's your theme? Oh, if you do put up your stuff, can you please take a photo of it and tag the podcast in it at Emsolation Podcast, please? I would love to share some of your rooms. Well, when I say me, Marcella, my daughter, runs the social media. We would love to share some of your looks. And please write your theme, you know? What is your theme this year? I always find a theme helps. So, yeah, if you do your Christmas displays this weekend, please take a photo of it and tag us in it. All right, guys. Talk soon. Bye.